Howdy, y'all. My name's Jim. This is how it happened. You guys ready?
All right.
I'm not. Till next time.
Hey, everyone.
This is Billy and Jimmy.
All right. So everybody's been asking me how I met my husband because in a previous video I mentioned that I only met him, or that we got married after 4 days of knowing each other.
This guy.
This is the husband.
Hi.
His name is not Jim or Bob or anything. It's Ryan. He's still not wearing a shirt. He wasn't wearing a shirt when I met him.
Insert the pic now so they can see it.
Okay, so I want to tell the story about how we met, but our stories don't match up at all. So I figured
Maybe it would match up if you just let me tell the story, because that's how it happened.
Okay, so I should just sit here and drink tequila?
Yes. Let me go grab it.
Pray for me. Okay, so Bob has put back on his shirt, and we have tequila. So I'm gonna start by saying that
Story of
we're
what?
coming up on our 8-year anniversary.
Oh my goodness.
So yeah, so you tell the story about how we met and how we got married.
Okay, hold on.
That sums it up. That's exactly what it was.
So good. Do you live in a fairy tale? Has your fairy tale ever happened for you? Ours did. Here's our story. All right, cut it. Back it up. Listen, imagine yourself stepping off a plane into uncharted territory, or I call it Cabo. And you find yourself in a $20 million mansion on the Sea of Cortez. 12 bedrooms, a $2 million gym. I mean, overlooking the Sea of Cortez is the most beautiful sea in the world.
I was a model at the time, and I had just been in Maxim Espanol. So I got asked to go there to do like a follow-up for the shoot that I did for the centerfold. So I was there for work.
So you're saying when you landed, everybody knew who you were?
No.
Okay, carry on.
Nobody knew who I was, and that wasn't the point of the story, but it was that I was going for work and that I didn't want to go. Anyway, there was a bunch of girls that I had no idea who they were. They all got put in like the main house of this like amazing estate that we were at, and then they were like, Courtney, you go and you stay on the bottom with the hairdresser. And I was like, okay, like that's more my style anyway. I'm total introvert, so I was like, yes, I don't need to be around people. That's amazing.
Staying on the bottom, by the way, I mean, you're in the two newest bedrooms on the property, and you're closest to the beach, and you're closest to the pool, and everything else. So I don't know. It's not really being on the bottom, but
yeah, away from everybody else when all the other models were like staying in the house. Anyway.
Insert myself.
Why were you there though?
Just bottom line, I was a wingman. I mean, that's what it is. So one of my friends needed my help. I mean, I came in, I said, yes, I would do it. He's gonna have 10 or 12 models there, and I'm gonna be the only other guy. I said I would do it. I mean, that's it. So suck it up, get on the plane, get to Cabo. Anyways, when the house staff greets me, they said, Ryan, your room is downstairs. It's in the new section. I said, okay, great. Coming down these steps all by myself. And then I turned the corner to head to the room. And then I stop in my tracks. And Courtney's standing there. She's on her phone. She's acting like she didn't see me, but she did. It was very awkward. Like, I didn't say hi. I said hi. I said she didn't. We just did.
I kind of ran in my room and was like, oh shit.
Anyways, introduced myself, talked to her for a minute, and I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, this is amazing. Too good to be true. How do you say it?
So then we had a dinner that night, and I had like drank way too much wine, so I like barely made it out of bed. Like
she really couldn't show up to dinner. I mean, I was like, oh, we met earlier and the girl seemed really cool, and like I was looking for some, I don't know, hopefully to talk to her and learn more about her, and I don't know, she just kind of disappeared. So I went to go find her because I was definitely curious, and our rooms are right next to each other, and I don't know, she was a little sleepy. So
anyway,
I got her to rally. She came out, she joined the dinner festivities, and from there she came to life. It was an instant connection. It was a bond unlike I've ever had in my life. It's something that you can't explain unless you have it. So I was obviously there just to have fun as a wingman, and like just to be there and be social and have fun. Gorgeous place, amazing opportunity. Obviously there were models and photo shoots going on, but when I connected with Courtney, it was something, again, that I can't explain. She didn't take another photo when she was on the trip. Like, we were just inseparable for the rest of the time.
Mind you, I had a boyfriend at home, and I don't know what his situation is because we've never really talked about the past.
Obviously, I had a girlfriend too. So long story short, trip comes to closer to an end, and all the staff and all the people that we're staying with see this connection that we have, and they're like, listen, I mean,
you guys should get married.
This is true love. Like this is something that like we've never seen. So the staff gets to work. We're like, yeah, we're doing it. We're definitely getting married. This is 4 days after we met. So the staff's busy crocheting and making and sewing
my
a veil. The staff's in the
I'll share
kitchen
pictures.
making the 10-layer cake from scratch.
Yeah, and then Ryan was like, I feel like I have to call your parents, and I was like,
It's the right thing to do.
yeah. So he called my mom, and my family's like kind of hippie-ish, and my mom was just like, if you love her, do it. If she feels like it's the right choice, it's fine with me. And I was like, yeah, welcome to my life. You have no idea what you're getting into.
Just so happens our photographer was also ordained minister, so that was also a plus. So we find ourselves, I mean, I'm obviously shirtless with my baggies on, and
I was in a bikini.
overseeing the Sea of Cortez on a piece of grass on the property.
And we did it. We got married. And then that same night, I was like, shit, I have to fly to New York for a photo shoot. So I'm going to leave you now. And we'll see what happens. So I was gone for like 2 weeks, and then he decided to stay, which was annoying because there was a whole nother group of girls coming, and I was just like, that sucks. We only FaceTimed once. It was like kind of before FaceTime was a thing. And then we get back to LA, and like this is where the fun happens because, mind you, okay, we got married, but it's not really legal until you like file your paperwork. But like the story's cool. You met a cool guy. Like you want to make it work. But then you're also just like, shit, like, is this really what I want? I know nothing about him.
Zero.
Like zero. I had no idea where he lived. He didn't know where I lived. He didn't know about my life, my friends, nothing.
And maybe if you fall in love, that doesn't matter.
Anyway, I lived in Hollywood and he lived in Westwood. Westwood's kind of like, you're settled down more, and like he is 6 years older than me. And I was more in like the party Hollywood scene. So he came over to my apartment and he had on these weird ass bracelets.
Circa 2011, I mean, that was in, man.
No, I'll never forget, like he knocked on my door and like he had on these bracelets, and I was just like, shit, do guys really wear jewelry? Anyway, he comes and he like sits down on my couch, and like it was the most awkward conversation of my life. Like we didn't have any chemistry anymore. Like we had nothing to talk about. He had mentioned that he never wanted kids, and for me I was like, shit, that's all I want. Like I was born to be a mom.
Anyways, that's not true. If I had one of these, I would taste it.
Okay, I'll pour you. No. He definitely said he wasn't sure if he wanted kids. So for me, that was like major red flag. Like maybe this isn't gonna work. So his visit only lasted like 20 minutes, and I was still kind of like, what am I doing with my ex? Like, where's this going? And then one of my best friends flew in from New York that weekend, and I was like crying. Like, what do I do? I like married this guy, but I have a boyfriend, and And she was like, okay, I want to meet them both.
Real life problems.
Yeah. So she actually met my boyfriend first, and she was like, I can see it, but I kind of just, I don't know, like there's something off. He's like majorly into the party scene. You want to be a mom? Like, what do you want to do? And then we met and we went out for lunch, and she was like, oh my God, like you guys are perfect for each other. And I was like, okay. I was like, maybe I should give it another shot.
Another shot. So we did. We both put in effort at the same time. Got to really know each other. And after that, it was...
So that was like end of October.
Yeah.
And then, so we dated for like a month. And then around Christmas time, it was like, well, what are we doing? I'm going to go see my family. He's going to go see his. And it was his idea. He was like, why don't you come and see my family and I'll fly and see yours. And I was still really uneasy about it. I was like, listen, if I'm going to bring him across the country to meet my family, like I want to make sure that it's right. Even up to the day that he was coming, I was just like, I don't know, like, is this the wrong choice? I don't know, like, whatever. Anyway, he came, and after that trip, and then I went to see his family, he was like, on our flight home, he was like, so you're not going to go back to your apartment. I'm just going to like move your luggage into my place. And I was like, okay, I guess that this is it. And then from there, we moved in with each other, and we were like, shit, we have to make this marriage official. So we decided to just go to Vegas, the two of us, and make it official. And then I got pregnant right away. And
Probably
now
that night.
Yeah, no, definitely that night. And then we have 2 kids, and it's been 8 years. So that's our story. Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. I love you.
Love you more.